Now to matters education. Education Cabinet Secretary Julius Migosi Ogamba has reassured schools that the disbursement of delayed capitation funds will take place this week, citing urgent national obligations as the cause of the delay. Speaking at the launch of a book commemorating 60 years since the founding of Kereri Girls High School, Ogamba explained that the 25% capitation release is part of the 50% allocation designated for the first term. Let's get that report from our reporter Florence Simeo.
Ministry of Education stated that the delay in releasing capitation funds to schools was due to financial constraints within the government. Education Cabinet Secretary Migosi Ogamba assured school heads that the ministry will begin disbursing the funds starting this week. He further explained that resources had been allocated to first and second year students affected by the court ruling, using alternative strategies already in place. According to him, the funds had already been distributed to students.
The cohorts that were affected by that ruling, in terms of first years and second years, we were able to ensure that resources were released to them using other programs that we had in place, other methods that we had in place, and the resources have already been released to the students as we speak.
Meanwhile, Ogamba disclosed that the government had filed an appeal against the court's decision on university funding model, arguing that this ruling was flawed. Despite this, he reassured the public that university students had continued to receive financial support. He also confirmed that 3.2 billion Kenyan shillings had already been disbursed to university students and that a new funding report will be released this week.
50% that was supposed to be released this term, for secondary schools, we've released 25% of that portion. So there's another 14 or 15 billion that is pending, and that figure is going to be released next week. We are aware of the strain that the schools are going through, and we're doing everything possible to make sure that the resources arrive in school for them to be able to continue.
Regarding teachers' promotions, Ogamba addressed the ongoing debate in which officials from TSC and Teachers Union NAT and COPET had criticized the TSC promoting only 25,288 teachers. The unions reportedly argued that this number was insufficient to address career stagnation among educators.
We have many teachers who are qualified for promotion. The Teachers Service Commission, instead of employing teachers professionally, there is politicization of employment in this country.
Ogamba acknowledged that many teachers were eligible for promotion but clarified that the process depended on available vacancies and individual performance. He emphasized that TSC, being an independent body, was responsible for the promotions. He further stated that the commission had completed interviews and was in the process of reviewing the results to determine which teachers would be promoted.
Promotions come depending on available spaces and depending on how you perform, then they'll be done. And it's being done by TSC, and as you are aware, TSC is an independent body. They've just completed the interviews and they are now undertaking the exercise of analyzing to see who is going to be promoted.
Reporting for Tandao News Outlook at 1, I'm Florence Simeo.